back to the information and conversation with Matt. This is your Houston Morning News.
KTRH News Time 7:45. Joining me right now, Texas Eagle Forum's Cathie Adams and State Rep Debbie Riddle. Ladies, strong ladies, thank you so much for joining me here this morning. Let's talk about another strong woman, Sarah Palin. I'm going to start with you, Cathie. Why do you think it is the left is so afraid of Sarah Palin? She's not running for anything.
It's a perfect question. They are afraid of her. It's because she has her priorities right. She has her family, her position on issues, whether they be social or fiscal, even her foreign policy issues. She has everything on the conservative side, the right side. Her son is right now serving in Afghanistan. I mean, we have a model family here for America. We love her, but the left is indeed afraid of her. You're exactly right.
All right. Debbie, State Representative Debbie Riddle joining us as well. She's never at a loss for words about things, so I'm anxious to hear what you have to say. You know, it's 4 years down the road. It is, we are in an election year, of course, and we're again talking about Sarah Palin. I guess the same question for you. Why do you think the left is so fixated on someone who isn't running for office?
Because she's outspoken and she absolutely refuses to be politically correct. She calls a spade. She just will speak her mind. And the vast majority of people in America like that. They like what she has to say. But the bottom line is this. It's not just Sarah Palin. It's all of the conservative women. And I've got to tell you, they don't do this to a Sheila Jackson Lee or to a Maxine Waters, but to a conservative woman who is in the middle of politics. Yeah, you get attacked. And I tell you what, if you're a black woman and you're conservative, you get a double whammy.
Yeah, it's interesting. Cathie, and I'll ask both you and Representative Riddle the same question. You know, there's this alleged war on women from the right because of some of the things that Rush Limbaugh has said and others, and anyone that says anything out of line or suggests anything other than, say, pro-choice is now waging some war on women. But on the left, you've got a guy like Bill Maher that calls Sarah Palin some very, very nasty names, donates $1 million to the president's super PAC, and everybody's okay with it. Schumer coming out this weekend saying, well, he's just a comedian. Isn't it interesting that the same rules don't apply for them and their mouthpieces as would apply to the right?
Absolutely. Again, you're right on. As a matter of fact, Michelle Malkin, who's a conservative journalist, has been called all kinds of horrible, harsh names, and yet the president didn't call her and express his opinion, as he did with Sandra Fluke. As a matter of fact, Sandra Fluke has real problems in her testimony. She lied before the United States Congress. Who's going to call her to account? Instead, the president calls and identifies with her, compliments with her, feels her pain. Haven't we as Americans learned anything since Bill Clinton and Barack Obama? I sure hope we have, and I think the results are going to be in the results at the election at the polls this November. And by the way, we need Debbie Riddle back in the State House. She is a fabulous representative because she is conservative, she is principled, and she doesn't bow to political correctness.
All right, Representative Riddle, I'm just going to let you pick it up from there. That's a glowing endorsement.
Well, thank you so much. And Cathie has just been a strong force for speaking out for the people of Texas and taking the strong stands and not being afraid to do so. And thank you, Cathie, for that endorsement. But you're absolutely spot on with this. It's all about just digging in your high heels and refusing to be politically correct. And that is what just absolutely galls the left. And it just sort of makes them crazy. They don't know what to do with it. And so those that are there, especially the women that that just say, okay, this far and no further, and we're going to stand for our principles and we are going to stand for what is right. They just don't have a clue as to how to deal with that.
Ladies, if you would hang on just one moment, I want to come back and I want to talk a little bit about the contraception debate, and I want to get your thoughts on it. I'm joined by Cathie Adams, Texas Eagle Forum State Representative Debbie Riddle. And Cathie, I'll start with you again on this one. There's going to be a group of women outside of Planned Parenthood. Don't mess with Texas women. They're very upset with the governor for not allowing the government to come in, federal government. We don't want their money. We're not going to take it. We're going to maybe find some money to help with women and their health issues. Are you comfortable with this? Do you feel that the governor has jumped into this war on contraception?
I think that the governor is doing exactly the right thing. As a matter of fact, the reason why President Obama has weighed in with Sandra Fluke is because they're trying to change the debate. The American people do not want Obamacare. As a matter of fact, the latest Rasmussen poll shows that 53% of the American voters want it repealed altogether. And so they're trying desperately to change the debate away from what it is, which is a socialized system. It is taking away 1/6 of the American economy and socializing it. The American people are saying we don't want it, so now they're trying to confuse people with a debate that doesn't exist. And
Representative Riddle, would you agree with that? The women's health program, should we fund it at the state level?
Yes. As a matter of fact, any time federal government gets involved in anything, and I don't care what it is, tell me one thing that they do successfully other than the military. They can't even deliver mail on time. You know, the post office, they have absolutely no business in trying to tell the states what to do. And Cathie, you're right. All they're doing is trying to change the conversation because they're losing the battle. They're losing the conversation. And so they think that if they can switch it and change it, then that can further their goal for socializing everything they lay their hands on, including our health care.
Ladies, thank you so much. I sure appreciate it. Always good to have you with us. Cathie Adams, State Representative Debbie Riddle.